Picture this. It's the middle of summer, but instead of warm sunshine and green fields, the sky is a dull, lifeless gray. Snow is falling in June. Crops are shriveling in the frost. People are starving, confused, terrified. It sounds like something out of a dystopian movie, but this really happened. Welcome to 1816, the year without a summer. So, what the hell happened? The culprit: a massive volcanic eruption on the other side of the world. In April 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia exploded with a force so violent it was heard over 1,000 miles away. The eruption ejected millions of tons of ash into the atmosphere, creating a suffocating veil over the planet. The sun's warmth was trapped, and global temperatures plummeted. But people at the time, they had no clue. All they knew was that something was very, very wrong. In Europe and North America, the weather went haywire. Snow in the summer, rivers freezing over in July, frost thick enough to kill entire harvests. Food prices skyrocketed. Starvation became a grim reality. People abandoned their homes, searching for warmth and anything to eat. Some turned to faith, believing the world was ending. Others turned to crime. It was chaos. The effects rippled across continents. In China, monsoon patterns were thrown into disarray, leading to massive floods that destroyed rice fields and left thousands without sustenance. In India, the summer monsoons failed completely, leading to widespread drought and a deadly cholera outbreak that spread like wildfire. Meanwhile, in Switzerland, known for its picturesque summers, there was nothing but relentless storms, torrential rain, and bone-chilling cold. The skies refused to clear, as though nature itself had plunged into mourning. And yet, out of all this misery, something strange happened. Some of the greatest horror stories of all time were born. In a stormy villa on the shores of Lake Geneva, a group of writers, including a young Mary Shelley, were trapped indoors thanks to the never-ending gloom. They entertained themselves with ghost stories, and from that eerie candle-lit gathering, Frankenstein was born. Think about it: an unnatural creation, a monster assembled from death. Maybe, just maybe, Shelley was inspired by the feeling that the world itself was on the verge of collapse. Of course, people searched for explanations. Was it an angry god? A planetary alignment? The apocalypse? No one knew. Science hadn't quite caught up yet, and Mount Tambora's eruption remained a distant, unseen villain. What they did know was the hunger, the fear, the endless cold. Superstitions ran wild, with some convinced that sunspots, an unknown cosmic force, or even a divine reckoning was behind it all. By 1817, the worst was over. The ash began to settle, and warmth slowly returned. But the scars remained: empty farms, lost lives, stories of a summer that never was. Societies had changed. The struggle for food and warmth had left an imprint on the psyche of a generation, making them acutely aware of just how fragile civilization truly was. And here's the thing: what if it happened again? What if another massive eruption blanketed the world in darkness? Could we survive? Or would civilization crumble under the weight of another lost summer? Modern science has given us tools to understand volcanic activity and climate patterns. But would it be enough? If the sun were to disappear again, even for just a year, how would we react? One thing's for sure: when nature decides to remind us who's in charge, we don't stand a chance.